You have to take my word for it that there is a candle lit here. I lost the little stand that I put my candlestick on. So, good morning, and welcome to our November 30th daily devotion using the book 365 Science of Mind. That's the title of the book, A Year of Daily Devotion, or Daily Inspiration, Daily Wisdom, all of the above from Dr. Ernest Holmes. Today's topic is giving. And it begins with the famous quote from the Christian Bible, Luke 6:38. Give, and it shall be given unto you in good measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over. Well, there's more to that we should include. It says, the next line says, because with the same measure that you meet, or with the same measure that you use, it will be measured to you. So stopping there in the first part and not carrying on with the second part is missing an important part that relates to consciousness. Given it shall be given unto you, and then with the same measure that you use is the explanation. There's a reciprocal movement in the spiritual universe. Why? Because it has to do with the backstory, the motive, the belief system, what is in your consciousness. That's the measure. The measure that you use, with the same measure that you use, it will be measured to you. Now, this is where people, including me, this is where we can get tripped up with the use of spiritual law. It's so tricky, and Dr. Holmes refers to it in this writing today. If I have in mind a goal, an outcome, anything other than the practice, doing the practice that I'm doing for its own sake, I can create a self-sabotaging reflexive motion. So if I give, and the measure I'm using is to gain wealth, I'm missing the point of the practice. The measure I want to use, in other words, the consciousness I want to get into, is I give because it is the expression of the joy of my soul. And it turns out that it establishes me in a rich, fulfilling life. I don't mean rich in money. I mean rich in love, connection, compassion, connectivity, meaning, heart, and worth. So Dr. Holmes approaches it in his way. He says, we all want to receive, but how many of us want to give? And Jesus, he explains, intimated that giving is the other end of receiving. Receiving is the other end of giving. And the more we give, the more we receive. And to be careful that I don't give in order to receive. I must give in order to express my true nature. It says the gift of life is made without effort, so we can model ourselves after that. The gift of life is given without any regard as to what we shall do with it, whether we use it or abuse it or love it or despise it. The gift of life is given. So let me let go of all of the tight strings I put around my giving. I'm going to love you if you love me back. I'm going to compliment you if you look the way I think you should. I'm going to support you if there's something in it for me. I'm going to give you something if it gets the reaction out of you that I want. So now learning to give is learning how to express yourself. So here's what Dr. Holmes suggests. Today, I give myself unstintingly. I don't stint it. I don't restrict it. I give myself to life. I loosen up. I loosen up my being and I give myself to life. So that could mean all sorts of things. I give myself in joy. I give my talents. I give my help. I give my connection. I give my friendship. I give my generous assumptions. And I do it spontaneously for its own sake. And here he says it, withholding nothing, and I will not do this with any hope of reward, but in the glad joy for the opportunity to increase my own livingness. Isn't that beautiful? When I give, I increase my own livingness, and then my wealth of experience and love comes from my increased livingness. Then I become a self-generating center of love. Then he says, everything that I have belongs to the world anyway. Giving, I then open myself to receive back into me what the world is. So today, as I move about the world, I look for the opportunities, the endless opportunities, and I find them to give of myself to life, to share what I have and to share who I am. And I do it for no reward in mind, for no particular reaction or reception. And I do give of myself today to express my true nature, to express who I am and what I am, and to express and release that which lives in me. And I give thanks for this moment of inspiration and for every moment that follows. And so it is. At the end of today's writing, Dr. Holmes has a quote from the book, The Science of Mind, and it's a rather well-known quote. Today is good. Tomorrow will be even better. And that vista of tomorrows that stretches down the bright eternities of an endless future will all be good. For the nature of reality cannot change. Ooh, that's something worth contemplating and meditating upon. Today is good. Tomorrow will be even better. And that vista of tomorrows that stretches down the bright eternities of an endless future will all be good. For the nature of reality cannot change. Now you see, this is a vision. It must be larger than what is possible. One might read and say, oh, I don't think that matches reality. That's the point. Let it be larger and inspiring and to call you and me forward into our true nature so that we live and give and connect and help. Have a blessed day. I will see you tomorrow.